Hi, my name is Annette, and what you will find out from Effortless Parenting will change your parenting forever, because we all deserve calmer homes. Today I want to talk about how we can let parenting be more fun. And we are getting the inside of our house painted at the moment, and a couple of nights ago we needed to move all my son's clothes and his toys from one room to another, and I was already really tired. It was evening and I hadn't slept well the night before, and I was walking between the two rooms and I was asking myself, how can I let this be easy? And I turned around and walked into one of the rooms, and my son was sitting there in one of the boxes I had put there. And it was the one from the week before that he had decorated as his race car, and he was having so much fun. And when I'm really tired, and I tend to be very reactive, and I was ready to say, why can't you focus on the task ahead and get this thing done, and we'll have some fun later. And I realized that this is all an old program that I'm running, and it's that first you do the work and then you have fun. We actually have a saying for that in German. We say, erst die Arbeit und dann das Vergnügen. And what I'm learning in this Adlerian approach is that we're doing everything almost the other way around. So Jane Nelson writes in her book that if we want children to do better, first they need to feel better. And that element of, or that component of having fun is one of the main components in helping our children to feel that they belong. And that need to belong is the primary need for our children, and it's underlying all their behavior. And I'm going to link a clip at the end of this video where I explain a bit more about this. So this belief and this reactivity that I bring to the parenting, reactive includes the word action, and before an action I learned there is a thought and a belief. And if I want to change my reactivity, I need to get access to the thought and the belief that comes before that. And one of the most mind-blowing tools that I have found how to change my actions is Byron Katie's tool of inquiry. And what this does is we take a situation and we get to the belief, which often can be really hard to get access to the belief and to question if that belief is true. And then we look at it from different perspectives. And what I have found is when I look at this same situation from a different perspective, that next time I'm in the same situation or a different one, I'm able to choose whether I want to come from my reactive behavior or maybe something more that is responsive, which is like an ability to respond better. So one of my beliefs as a working parent in the past was that I don't spend enough time with my children, and I think a lot of you can relate to this because it comes up in all of my parenting courses, that feeling of guilt as a working parent. And my belief of not spending enough time, when I looked at it closer, was that when I was with my children, sorry, it's so cold, I'm starting to shake here now, and one of my things of having more fun this year is actually to go swimming in the sea. And I'm going to jump in here in a minute before doing work later, so I'm going to have a bit of fun myself first. So what I wanted to say with this feeling of guilt, and not feeling that I'm spending enough time, I realized that when I'm with my children, I wasn't fully present, and when I was playing with them or maybe doing a routine with them, in my head I was already thinking about what do I do next, and what is left to do on the to-do list, and I was in somebody else's business completely and thinking in my head of how to, influence whatever situation. So then when I came away from it, of course I felt I didn't spend enough time because I wasn't really there. So it was almost as if it didn't exist. And I think a good analogy is when we sit in front of the TV and we eat, and we're not really aware of what's going into our body, and then afterwards you might reach for more food because you didn't realize that you were eating in that moment. And so when I found my own answers how I could be more present with my children, I was able to enjoy it a lot more. And what I'm going to do for the month of February is I'm going to offer for you to experience this amazing tool just on a donation basis. I normally charge about 125 euros for it, and you can just pay whatever you feel this is worth or whatever you can afford this month. And I believe that we give ourselves where the best advice comes from within. And this method of asking, where you ask yourself questions or you are being asked questions, it brings up new answers that maybe you hadn't had access to before. You can do this, of course, yourself. All this work is for free on Byron Katie's website. The website is called thework.com. I qualified as a teacher as a facilitator for this method. I'm not a teacher for it, I'm a facilitator. And I am now choosing to pay my mortgage with creating calmer homes for parents. So if you would like to arrange a 90-minute session with me, you can just leave me a comment below or go to my website effortlessparenting.ie, and I would love to meet you either in person or online. And thank you very much for listening.